Hey guys, Mir here. Today I'm going to be teaching you how to crochet this sun coaster. For this project, you will need yarn. I have a color for the sun and a color for the sky, a crochet hook, stitch markers. If you don't have stitch markers, you can use a paper clip, scissors, and a yarn needle. Let's get started. Alright, to start we're going to take the color of the sun and we are going to do a magic ring with 6 single crochets in that magic ring. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Alright, we're going to pull the magic ring tight. And we are going to place our stitch marker in that loop on your hook. Alright, to begin row 2, we are going to do increases in every stitch. If you don't know what an increase is, it's where you do 2 single crochets in 1 stitch. So you're going to pull through, and you should have 2 single crochets in 1 stitch. 1, 2. 2 single crochets. Continue doing this all the way around your circle. Now we're going to be doing a color change. And in order to do a color change, I have only done 1 single crochet in that stitch that my stitch marker is in. So we're going to go in like we're doing another single crochet. We're going to leave these 2 loops on our hook, and you're going to grab the color for the sky, and you are going to pull that through. And then you're going to place the stitch marker on the loop on your hook. This was a bit tricky, so if you didn't quite get it, go back and re-watch how I did my color change. But if you got it, we're going to continue going on. So the next row is going to be 1 single crochet increase. And in order to hide in my tails, you can sew them in later, but I'm just going to be crocheting into them. So I'm going to go through my normal stitch, and also I'm going to go through those 2 strands of yarn, and I'm going to pull through and do a single crochet, but now my yarn is in that single crochet. So in the next stitch we're going to do an increase, and then you can cut your yarn wherever you want. I'm going to do another single crochet and another increase. And then I'm going to cut the strands of yarn right at that stitch that we just completed, like that. So now you can't even tell that there were any leftover yarn pieces from the color change. Okay, so we are going to continue doing 1 single crochet increase all the way around. Alright, at the end of the row, it should look like this. You should have a yellow circle, which will be the sun in the middle, and some blue outlining it. We're going to move our stitch marker on to the loop that's on our hook. For row 4, we are going to be doing 2 single crochets and then an increase. 2 single crochet and then an increase. You're going to repeat 2 single crochets and then an increase all the way around. Alright, I've reached the end of row 4, and I'm going to remove my stitch marker and put it on the loop on my hook. Now for row 5, we are going to be doing 3 single crochets and then an increase. And we are going to repeat that all the way around. Alright, I finished row 5, and I'm going to take off my stitch marker, put it onto the loop on my hook, and we are going to continue on with row 6, which is 4 single crochets and then an increase. 1, 2, 3, 4, and then we are going to do an increase. And you're going to repeat this all the way around. Alright, I'm going to take off my stitch marker. And we are going to move on to row 7. For row 7, we are going to be doing 5 single crochets and then an increase. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then an increase. And you're going to repeat this all the way around. Alright guys, this is our last row. For row 8, you're going to be doing 6 single crochets and then an increase. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Then you are going to increase, and you're going to repeat that all the way around. Alright, I have finished that row, and you can take out your stitch marker for good. And we are going to tie off this creation by making a slip stitch into the next stitch, and then cutting our yarn and pulling that tight. And then you can weave it in. I like to just weave this in with my hook, or you can use your yarn needle. I just weave it in 3 or 4 stitches, and then I'm going to cut it. Alright, now it should look like a yellow circle with a blue background. Alright, now it's time to sew on the sun rays. To start, we are going to take our yarn. So you're just going to cut 5 to 6 inches of yarn. And we are going to tie it around our yarn needle. Then we're going to flip our work over. And it's a bit hard to see the stitches, but you're going to go up 1, 2, 3, 4. You're going to go in and pull it through to the other side. Then you are going to go up 1, 2, 3, 4 rows directly and place your yarn needle through that and pull it through. So now you have a sunray. We're going to flip our work over, and you're going to cut your yarn needle through. If you cut it really close to the knot, you'll just be able to pull and it'll come out. And then we are going to double knot these 2 strands. Alright, and then you're going to trim them. Not too short, I'd leave about 1 inch. That's how you make 1 ray. Now the distance between these rays is a preference, so I personally like putting them about 3 stitches apart. If you want yours further apart or closer together, you can edit that to your liking. but I recommend doing 3 stitches apart just because it looks nice and even. So you're going to, again, take your yarn, string it through your needle, and tie it. And then you're going to flip it over. So you can see where we put it in there. So it's going to be the same row. You're just going to count over 3 stitches. Then, once you know what stitch you're going to go into, straighten it out and put it through. And to the other side. Then you're going to count up 1, 2, 3 and pull it through. So now it looks like this. And we're going to flip it over and tie these 2 together. Alright, so now we're going to trim these. And you're going to continue doing that all the way around. You may notice that at the end, whenever you reach around here, it may not be exactly 3 stitches apart. Just do your best to make it look even, and I will meet you back here when you're done. I finished sewing on all the sun rays, and it turned out super, super cute. I hope you guys enjoyed this pattern for the sunray coasters, and that you guys can enjoy using these and displaying these in your home. That's all for now. Mir out.